Welcome to a Fortify experience where in the next 10 minutes or so, I will be sharing with you a pass through a simple process that's personalized for you to quickly help free yourself from feeling disappointed. Because negative feelings can stop you from feeling better about who you are or the circumstances you're in, and it can keep you from being the best that you can be and moving forward on a positive path. So what are the negative effects of feeling disappointed? Well, for me, I saw myself as a loser. I would give up hope and plunge into despair. I felt like I could never win. So now, during this process, you will be filling in 7 blanks from A through G. So have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil handy so you can write down your answers. And if at any point during the video you need extra time to complete the statements, feel free to pause the video. And if at first you have trouble thinking of your own specific examples, feel free to use the examples we use in this video as your own because it'll still work. So let's begin the process. The first statement is, the thing that bothers me the most about A is B, where A is feeling disappointed. So now write down feeling disappointed for your A, and then write down why it really bothers you. For example, I can never get ahead. Or maybe I should stop believing that I can have what I want. Or maybe I'm always wrong and I'm wrong again. So the thing that bothers me the most about A is B. Write down your A and B. Next statement is, the reason it bothers me is because it makes me feel C. This is your uncensored, real, underlying feeling, and it's the feeling that just gives you that edge, that grip. Maybe it's feeling disgraceful or undeserving, and maybe even cynical. So the statement is, the reason this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. So write down your C. So now here comes step 3. This is the key to the ingenuity and the effectiveness of the Fortify process. Here is where we're going to uncover the specific positive aspect within you that's unintentionally being ignored, dismissed, dishonored, or forgotten in this situation. This is a positive aspect of yourself. That's something that you love, value, or respect about yourself. And you know that it's true about yourself. And it's missing when you're feeling that C. So the statement is, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D, where D is some aspect of yourself that's not being used or honored in this situation. Some examples could be, I do what's right. Another one could be, I help others. Maybe another example could be, I'm an outstanding judge of character. So you put in what your D is and fill in the statement, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, respect about myself is D. Now in step 4, it's time to fortify D in your mind-body system. This is easy because you simply remember a time in your life when you were activating and using D, that positive aspect that you discovered in step 3. These are memories that remind you that you have been able to trigger that positive aspect D naturally and automatically in other situations in your past. So the statement is, I know D because E. So now search your memory and find any pattern or circumstance in any area of your life that confirms the fact that you possess that positive aspect D. And at this point, there could be many examples, but choose the simplest one because often they can be the best. Something like, I respect others, or I volunteer to babysit my neighbor's children, or maybe I can spot other people who are honest and trustworthy. So the statement is, I know D because E. Now in step 5, it's time for you to think of a specific time when you experienced that positive value in the past. Statement is, a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. So an example could be, when I agreed to listen to my sister's opposing political views, or maybe when my neighbor unexpectedly went into labor Or maybe when I hired my handyman. Whatever a specific time was when you experienced that positive value is F. So fill in a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. Now we go to step 6. Now remember back to that time F and get yourself back into that experience and re-experience the whole event and what it felt like, and really feel how good or strong it made you feel, and feel the inner strength from that experience that makes you feel inspired, empowered, or feeling really good about yourself. Now make that feeling really strong, and then double it, and then triple it, until you can feel that feeling vibrating through your whole entire body. And now identify in a word or two, what is the underlying real strength? The statement is, the underlying real strength that made F so powerful for me was G. Now G might wind up being something like patience, or my reliability, or maybe self-appreciation. So fill in your G. And then we go to step 7, which is now the copy process. This is where you're going to copy or embed that real strength G from another time in your life into that bother that you started out with. Now focus on that powerful real strength feeling G in your body and hold on to it and make it really strong, and then double it and triple it until you can feel that feeling G vibrate through your entire body. And holding on to that feeling in your body, take some of that powerful energy G, and put it into a bowl in one of your hands while still holding on to that strength G in your body. And you can actually feel that energy pulsating in your hand. And so now, as you hold a ball of that energy G in the one hand, remember what that old feeling C felt like? Take that C and put a ball of that energy C into the other hand. And now we're going to experience a powerful neurolinguistic programming technique that's really, really powerful. We're going to use that ball of positive energy G that's in one of your hands as a solvent that will completely dissolve that negative feeling or energy C. And as you bring your hands together with the two balls of energy, start noticing how the positive energy is literally beginning to dissolve the energy in that C energy. And keep mixing that solvent of positive energy in with the negative energy until all of the C energy is totally and completely dissolved. And all you can feel is that positive energy G. And if you need a little extra time, pause the video. So now let's see how you did. Start a new list and write down your original A, using the same A as you used before, feeling disappointed. And complete the following statement. The thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling disappointed, is B. Now write down your new B. Now you may be surprised that your new B is different from your original B. And this is great because when this happens, it proves that your previously hidden inner strength has both been activated and installed into that negative issue that you started out with. Otherwise, your B would have been the same as it was before. This is the uniqueness of the Fortify process. It proves that your state of mind has progressed because it validates that you have transformed and shifted yourself into a different or perhaps even more powerful state of mind or a more peaceful state of being. This is a benefit you can't get from any other technique. So at this point, if you've not answered nothing for B, then it means that you can come back to do more passes through the Fortify process so you can find and stack additional positive inner strengths into that negative situation. And each time you come back, use the newer B until you can finally answer nothing for B, or until you're satisfied with the progress you've already made. Depending on the complexity of the issue, I've repeated the process numbers of times before I can finally come up with the answer nothing for B. But that's when I'm able to really feel relieved because I don't feel the same grip or sting of the original situation. And not only that, but I can see myself feeling more in control, more self-confident, recognizing options that I didn't realize that I had before. And when you just don't feel the same that you did before, imagine how different things can be when a similar situation comes up in the future. Can you imagine how good you can feel having overcome situations in which you felt disappointed in the past? You might wind up being much more surprised than you can imagine. And not only that, but by activating and embedding those previously hidden positive inner strengths, you've also boosted your self-esteem and self-image for that situation, something that can't be taken away from you now that your real strengths have been brought into your conscious awareness. And don't be surprised if you find yourself exhibiting those real strengths in other areas of your life too, because now you're consciously aware that you have those real strengths. And that means that you'll now be able to use them to your advantage. For me, it's always fun and eye-opening to do the Fortify process because it makes me feel good to find and activate inner strengths that I forgot that I had. I hope you have surprising and rewarding insights about yourself like I've had. Now just remember that Fortify can take the edge off things when things are going wrong, when you feel uptight, when you're finding fault with people or yourself, or when they're finding fault with you, or even when you're in what you believe is a no-win or a no-choice situation. So thank you for joining us now, and we suggest that you take a look at the other issues that we cover in our YouTube videos to see what might apply to your other life situations, and tell your friends and family about these videos because you never know who they can help. They're all free with no strings attached, and we would love to hear your Fortify experiences. So send your comments to thefortifyexperience@gmail.com. And also check out our Facebook page and the Fortify Kindle book on Amazon.com by clicking in the links in the description below. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can keep you informed of new information and videos. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.